For the past few weeks, we've spent a lot of time looking for gifts and buying gifts and giving and receiving them. And so as we continue in this Christmas season, I'd just like you to think for a moment, back in your life, think of a time when you got the perfect gift. Or maybe it was a number of times. Think of the time maybe you gave the perfect gift. And as I was doing that, as I was preparing this homily early in the week, I thought back and I recalled, times where I was so surprised or happy, where the person just knew exactly what I had wanted, and I enjoyed that gift over and over. Or maybe the time that I purchased the gift and then the anticipation of giving it. We have come today on this feast of the Epiphany, and we continue in this Christmas season to be called to reflect upon this gift that is given to us, the greatest gift imaginable, the Son of God who comes to us to offer us new and eternal life in Him. We see the Magi today giving their gifts of gold and frankincense and myrrh, and we see how that symbolizes the call that we have to give of ourselves to others. And so we see this dual aspect, if you will, of the Christmas event. The gift that is given to us, the gift that we are then to give to one another. In our first reading, the prophet speaks of that gift. The light will come, the glory of the Lord. It will shine upon those to whom the prophet is speaking. This gift that is meant to make us radiant, our hearts overflowing with joy. St. Paul, in our second reading, expresses this clear understanding of the breadth of this gift, that is for all the peoples, the Gentiles, you and me, those we who are not part of the chosen people, are now equal heirs in this promise of Christ. It's what we celebrate every time we come here for Holy Mass. We marvel at God's goodness, His mercy. We're overwhelmed by His generosity. We're meant to be drawn more deeply into the mystery of His infinite love for us. But then our reception of this incomparable gift here, Christ Himself in the Holy Eucharist, then prompts us to give. This is what the Magi showed to us. They travel a great distance. Again, symbolic of the distance sometimes we must journey to overcome sin, to grow in grace and virtue. They offer their gifts, again, symbolic of our offering of our lives to God and in service to one another. And then every time I hear this gospel, I am struck by the last sentence, how we are told that they return to their country by another way. Think of these men who had come face to face with the living God and offered Him all that they had. Their lives could never be the same. Indeed, they departed by another way and in another way, changed forever. This is what is meant to happen to you and me. It's not enough for us to come here to receive the incomparable gift alone. We too are called to depart by another way, to live differently after this encounter with Christ each day, living more fully our faith in our love of God and of one another. This transformation, this journey for us can sometimes be hard. Often we think we are close to God, and then sometimes we feel a distance from Him. We struggle in our selfishness and in our sin. But like the Magi, we are called to persevere in this journey. When they finally arrive, they offer Him gold and frankincense and myrrh. We too are called to give of ourselves. And in this exchange of gifts, we receive Him, and then we give of ourselves. And that's the way we truly live out this event of Christmas. It's only in this way we can fully appreciate and experience that gift in our sharing of that gift with one another. And then this little baby who is revealed to us today as the infinite God will open our minds and hearts to the unimaginable things He wants to do in us. Then our hearts will always be filled with gratitude and with joy, prompting us to love more and more. Then we will leave here by another way, living more and more for Him and with Him. Our God, who is revealed to us today, who was born to us, so that we might be born again in him and know the fullness of the life that he wishes to share with us.